And we should have done maybe a posthumous review of the Buhari regime, so that we will say to ourselves that we will never repeat this again. That was one of the worst human rights violation period in recent history of Nigeria, which led to the deaths of thousands and thousands of people in the hands of security agencies, torture, inhuman and degrading treatment, and the rise of non-state actors in the violation of human rights, of which even Amnesty International was a victim, where people were assembled in front of their office and threatened to burn down Amnesty International office. That particular era was promoted by the government. I can tell you that categorically. Not even in Palestine today do you see an attack on Amnesty International office, even though they might have things to say against Israel. But I want to also use this opportunity to focus on something very controversial, because, especially within Nigeria, is the rise of persecution on the basis of religion in Nigeria, which is now very common across Nigeria. I don't want to say northern Nigeria, because recently there was a fellow who was arrested in Ibadan and taken to Kwara State. His name is Tani Olong, because he expressed opinions that were not popular with the religious chieftains there. And he spent over 180 days in detention. He was just recently released. They were filing one case or the other against him using kangaroo courts, what they call upper area courts, to prosecute federal crimes. And this, they call this cyber bullying. Some of them said it's defamation, cyber crime, all kinds of things. Today, one of the trending issues is a woman known as Rhoda Jato, who also is now in Bauchi prison, being prosecuted, I would say persecuted, for sharing a video condemning the killing of Deborah Samuel. It is unconscionable that the people who murdered Deborah Samuel are walking free, and the woman who merely shared a video of people condemning her unjust murder is in prison. Murder. It is a human rights issue that must not be ignored, and Amnesty must also take a position on this. The last one is the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu. I think Amnesty should also take a major position on it, because there is a particular international criminality involved, which is extraordinary rendition of person. He was abducted in Kenya, put on a plane to be in Nigeria without legal representation, and it's unacceptable. And I say this because we are here fighting for Palestinians. There are some of us that are still fighting for Öcalan in Turkey. It's also a self-determination question. Why can't we be very clear about the injustice done to Nnamdi Kanu? Is it because he's touching on a topic that all of us are uncomfortable with, which is the unity of Nigeria? But I think when it comes to amnesty, there should not be boundaries over fundamental rights.